Hey there everybody, welcome back to the LandonDoesStuff channel. And today we're finally going to be ending our look back at Funkin Corruption Reimagined. Created by Dynastel and his team, of course. Wait, is nothing going to happen today? I mean, let's be honest here folks, normally it's like I get attacked by kin. That was really weird and that hurt a lot, but you know, we made our amends. When I was replaced by that clone and locked in the basement for a week, that really sucked. It was really dark and cold down there. I really wanted Kin to keep me company. Thank God that guy's really chill. Or, you know, I talk about some tank man kaiju thingy. That was really weird. Huh. It's kinda nice getting a normal video for once. Yeah, no, looks like nothing's gonna happen. You know, normally it's like right at the end or like the first 2 seconds of the video where the shit happens. So, right now we're chilling. So why don't we just go ahead and dive right into the recap of Funkin Corruption Reimagined, as I didn't really get to do one last time because the whole basement thing, that was really annoying. But this is now the final part in this multi-part retrospective. And hey, just before we start, if you want to hear or see my more in-depth thoughts on each week and just you see me go more in-depth with what I'm like looking at, I'm like, oh my god, look guys, glitchy note in Senpai Week. That's pretty crazy. Go ahead, click the iCard in the top right corner of your screen right about now, and you'll be taken to a playlist with all of the parts in this series so far. Though, without further ado, just hand me my mask and start the timer. This time, I'm going to be going for a 100% speedrun, so why don't we?
3, 2, 1, go!
Starting out with both boyfriend and girlfriend getting infected by Lemon Demon, with the two corruptors roaming the streets of Philly, eventually finding Pico, with them fighting for a bit, and their battle ending with Pico falling to the corruption. But boyfriend and girlfriend both managed to escape the infection, with Pico going off to battle Mommy Mirist. With Mirist just trying to get this fight over with, she doesn't try much until her second battle, with her infecting a bit and Pico being to uncorrupt. Things are going well, leading to Mommy Mirist just growing tired of Pico and the corruption's bullshit. Just wanting to be done with this, having her go all out. And luckily, Pico uninfects even more. This could be the end of the corruption right here, until Mirist's henchmen all reappear, now all infected, spelling the end of Mirist with Pico reinfecting and soon enough Mommy Mirist being overpowered by the corruption. But then Pico runs off to a cemetery, where he finds Skid and a corrupted pump, and Pico decides to be a dick and play with his food for a little while as he takes out Skid by the end of his fight. And only mere minutes afterwards, our boy Ken rolls up trying to save the kids, being like, I can save you from this infection! Come on children, watch this shit! And he tries to hit the gritty, but unfortunately, the kids put rocks in his shoes, so he tries to hit the gritty and then he trips and falls over and he gets corrupted. So yeah, Ken's overpowered by the corruption. But of course, Pico wasn't the only one doing all of the infecting, as my Mirist rolls up on a lone boyfriend after girlfriend went to go and look for Daddy Dearest, cause you know, makes sense. Big strong demon guy, probably be the guy who could fix this shit and you know, bring the world back to some sort of like normal state. But yeah, with that, boyfriend's tired, he wakes up, hears a car, Mirist rolls up on him, and they fight. With him putting up a good fight, but unfortunately, this fight isn't good enough, as he falls to the corruption once again. And with that, boyfriend inserts himself into Hades Simulator and gets to work as he tears down the game bit by bit, calling Senpai a basic bitch on his way through. It's kinda required at this point though. Though eventually making his way to Spirit, pretty much leading the entire game, and now, Spirit, depressed, just wants boyfriend to make this quick, and after a bit of fighting, boyfriend finally gets rid of Spirit for good. And that's everything. I hope I did well, hope the time is looking pretty nice. So hey, just for one last time, I want to ask the question. What is Funkin Corruption Reimagined? Well, why don't we dive into the final week to find out? Maybe we'll finally get our answer, and maybe I can talk about it after we're done talking about the last one standing. So anyways, why don't we dive into the final week of Funkin Corruption Reimagined. I found you.
3, 2, 1, go!
So, here we are at long last. Boyfriend has finally made his way to the stage to challenge what's left of the Dearest family, and the entire world for that matter. Daddy Dearest and Girlfriend. As we jump straight into our first episode, released on December 2nd, 2021, featuring the song Bedeviled by Funny Man, and here we are. The final first episode brings a tear to my eye. So, let's just get to talking. As Boyfriend's looking a lot more corrupted, just like his old corrupted self. You know, back when he took on Pico, remember that? Oh my god, it's been so long since then. How long has it been, like August? No, it's even earlier than that. It was like June, I want to say, we started the series, man. Of course, you know, before the whole Boyfriend was broken free by Pico thing and Pico sacrificed himself, that was a bit of a setback, gotta say. Though, it seems that our narrator has a couple of things to say. Wait, narrator? Since when have we had a narrator? Well, folks, you know how every full week ends with X was overpowered by the corruption? Well, yeah, this has been our narrator. He hasn't really done much of anything up to this point. I just figured there was no reason to bring him up until he did anything interesting, which he did say something cool at the end of Senpai's week. That being, I'll try to fix this somehow. Just hold out as long as you can. So it seems that our narrator may try messing with our timeline, may try pulling some strings to see if he can possibly fix it. But without further ado, our narrator talks over the battle. A bit ironic, isn't it? Like a blast from the past. And I'll keep working. As Boyfriend and Dearest go at each other for a while, standing on the dull and lifeless stage, as Girlfriend stands by Dearest's side, already infected a small bit. Probably from her journey over to Dearest, I can imagine that she ran into a couple of corrupteds during that process. And now she's just staring at Boyfriend, probably feeling immense guilt for just abandoning Boyfriend and pretty much causing his reinfection. As if only she had a fucking brain. Though, that doesn't matter now. We can give Girlfriend classes once they save the entire world. As Dearest begins to try and fight back against Boyfriend, using his powers, with him pushing back against Boyfriend, possibly opening up the chance for Dearest to break Boyfriend free. Though Dearest soon enough stops using his powers as he grows tired, after him and Boyfriend go at it for a bit, finally ending our first episode. Though, why don't we go ahead and just dive right into our next episode?
3, 2, 1, go!
Released on December 18th, 2021, featuring the song Affliction by Nyadia Uwu. And hey, pause real quick once again. I've already talked about this in part 1. Yeah, how funny is that, bringing up the first part in the finale, right? But yeah, Nya got caught up in some shit. You probably know what I'm talking about. I don't want to make this like a whole discussion on like, oh, what happened. So yeah, let's just cut the shit. If you don't want to hear me talk about this song and this day in general, that's fine. I understand. Here's the time code for Dearest's final episode when I talk about that. Though, if you are staying, hey, put this shit back on play. We got a second day to talk about. Hoorah! So yeah, we start out with Girlfriend actually singing. Huh, wow, she's actually starting to fight back. Huh, how cool. Though that ain't gonna be enough to wake up Boyfriend. The power of friendship isn't that strong. As Boyfriend's still standing here fully corrupted. Looks like Dearest's little attacks in day 1 didn't really do much of anything, as Dearest and Girlfriend have only infected a bit more, and as mentioned, Boyfriend is still fully corrupted. Though, as Dearest and Boyfriend go at each other for a bit longer, it looks like our narrator still has a couple of things to say. Sorry if it seems I'm slacking. I'm trying here. Oh, what am I saying? I'm not sorry. Just don't die, it's that simple. It looks like our friend here is still trying to pull the strings and possibly help save the world, as Dearest and Girlfriend try to fend off the corruption. With them both singing now, and Girlfriend gaining the courage to fight back, you can actually see small bits of the corruption break off and reinfect Daddy Dearest every now and then. With the two trying their best, but then they come to the realization that they need to use their powers on Boyfriend to try and fight back against him. But it isn't good enough, as Boyfriend's still standing here fully corrupted and pushing back himself. Obviously, once they start using his powers, Boyfriend isn't just gonna sit there and do nothing, right? Right? I stand mistaken. Okay, that's for later, but it really looks like no matter what these two try, they just can't make a difference. As Dearest and Girlfriend flick their powers on and off, they're beginning to beat Boyfriend. As Dearest starts to pop off, Boyfriend does fucking nothing during this section. I just want to mention he's being an idiot, and Girlfriend joins Dearest singing together to try and take down Boyfriend. And it's working. Boyfriend just isn't strong enough to beat both of them by the time he starts singing again. And when they're using their powers, it's too much as he's being pushed to the brink. And the song ends with Dearest and Girlfriend deciding to turn up the heat, realizing that, hey, The only way they're gonna save this world is if they go all out.
Three, two, one, go.
As we begin our final episode. Released on January 23rd, 2022, featuring the song Familiar Finale by Blazing Rose. But something's wrong. Why aren't they going all out? I thought they were going to give it everything they had, but it looks like they're just ready to accept their fate and succumb. As the two sing, both almost infected and boyfriend just flat out gone, man just disappeared, went to go probably grab like a Slurpee or something. Dearest leads, singing this somber send-off. As girlfriend sings with Dearest tagging in, then girlfriend once again, then Dearest ending with one last note. To end, father and daughter, together until the end. And as we flash to white, Dearest and girlfriend finally cut the shit and begin their no-holds-barred attack against the corruption. As boyfriend enters, it looks like this fight is going to be a lot more exciting, with Dearest and girlfriend fighting with everything they got against boyfriend, pissed as fuck to what the corruption has done to this world, overpowering everybody, even girlfriend at one point. Without Pico, this fight wouldn't be the same. It looks like these two were just waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike, as this fight is going to be exciting to watch. As every Corrupted has finally appeared, as they've knocked down the walls of the stage with all their faces glowing as they watch the battle for control of the world. It's either the Corrupteds or Daddy Dearest and girlfriend power through and save everybody. But it isn't just going to be boyfriend singing, as of course, the fight's going to go on for a bit longer, but eventually, Pico tags in for boyfriend to deal with Dearest and girlfriend for a bit, with him freestyling on the mic. Though hey, I guess I might as well mention it here. Familiar Finale goes hard as fuck. It works perfectly as the somber goodbye to an all-out deathmatch between Dearest and girlfriend versus the entire world. I'll talk about it more later, but looks like it's about time for a 2v2. As skidandpump tag in for Pico, ready to take on both of the demons and just have a good old spooky time while doing it, as skidandpump are just popping off on the mic. Honestly, my favorite part of Familiar Finale right here. With girlfriend and Dearest following their moves. Though even then, you realize they're still not making a difference. Even with them fighting back using all of their power this time, they're not able to uncorrupt anybody, because by the time they're actually starting to save someone, another just tags in and stalls for as long as they can. We've seen it with boyfriend, Pico, skidandpump, and now Dearest decides to make an appearance, tagging in for the kids, and this looks like it may be the end for Dearest and girlfriend, as it looks like Dearest is getting a bit tired, and girlfriend is heartbroken to see her mom infected by the corruption, with her tearing up and infecting a bit. As well, she stops using her powers entirely, though all hope isn't lost yet, as Dearest is still fighting back. But with girlfriend not going all out anymore, this fight just got a whole lot worse for the duo. As girlfriend sings with her barely fighting back anymore against Dearest. Until boyfriend tags back in to finally finish what he started. As Dearest and girlfriend infect more, the winner of this fight has already been decided. After giving it everything they had, it's only a matter of time until the two infect. But they aren't just going to take it lying down. At least Dearest isn't. He's going to fight till his very end, no matter what. Still using a bit of his powers, with girlfriend still shook up after seeing Dearest, with her still crying. As well, the corruption begins to wrap around Dearest. And boyfriend hasn't uninfected at all, of course. Though, as the fight goes on, Dearest, girlfriend, and boyfriend keep going at each other, with Dearest eventually growing tired as his powers fail. And both corrupt even more. We know how this fight's gonna end. as familiar finale is looking a lot more familiar, and it shifts back to this desperate and somber sound after everything that this world has been through. It looks like its ending is going to turn out the worst way possible. From the corruption of boyfriend and girlfriend, then the corruption of Pico, Mommy Mirrorist, Skid, Kin, boyfriend's re-corruption, and the death of Spirit, we finally reached our end. And it's the worst possible one. The end of all non-infected life. As this familiar finale comes to a close, Dearest and Girlfriend end with Baddie Dearest being overpowered and Girlfriend being infected. Fuck, I fucked up right at the end. God damn. And Girlfriend being reinfected by the corruption. Well, shit. What a wild ride this was. Can't believe that it's finally over. Well, hey, why don't we go ahead and send off Reimagined the right way? With one last tier list time. One last ranking to say goodbye to this wonderful corruption mod. So, where does Baddie Dearest rank on the tier list? Well, I gotta say, this is one of the best weeks in Reimagined. By far. I mean, you've got 3 banger songs, Bedeviled, Affliction, and of course the main song that everyone knows, Familiar Finale. With Dearest and Girlfriend giving it everything they have in this amazing finale, with it sadly ending of course with their infection. This entire week is fucking amazing. It's so high quality with the cutscene at the start, and the fake out and Familiar Finale. I just want to mention, that would begin the trend of many corruption mods doing the said fake out. Reimagined's Dearest Week, became a trendsetter and paved the way for so many corruption mods. So, I think it's fair that we go ahead and put Dearest and Girlfriend here at the top of S tier, right in front of Senpai and Spirit, as it may have one less song, but with Familiar Finale being so long, it's pretty much 2 songs in one, as well without this week, many corruption mods and just Dearest finales wouldn't be the same. So, you have to give it respect for that. As well, Bedeviled and Affliction are great songs that nail what they're going for, even if they are kind of overshadowed by Familiar Finale being so great. I want to talk about them for a little while. Familiar Finale is fucking beautiful. From the somber and sad end, it's like, is this really how we're gonna go out? We don't even fight boyfriend in the end. We just are gonna infect because we're that weak, until it shifts to this all-out death match. I mentioned it while I was, talking about it and talking about what was happening, but Familiar Finale works perfectly. It is so good. And then the shift slowly as Dearest begins to fail and begins to realize, I can't do this anymore, and his powers begin to fail on him. It is amazing. As well, Bedeviled and Affliction work perfectly as build-up songs to Familiar Finale. It is amazing. So yeah, I think S tier is fair, and the perfect end to Reimagined. So hey, I guess this is it. Without further ado, folks, my name is Landon, and I've finished all of my stuff for Funkin Corruption Reimagined. Honestly, it's sad to say goodbye, but I hope you'll join me next time, as we finally say goodbye to the Corruption Reimagined, and say hello to Funkin and... Hey there everyone, welcome back to the LandonDoesStuff channel, and I bet you can guess what we're doing today. Yes, we are once again continuing our retrospective on Dynastella's take on the corruption mod.